I feel like I'm losing my mind.
Paris may have brought off a star, but his footprints still shine in every corner of the fashion city. When one door closed in Paris, the world opened 1,000 eyes to continue watching where his next steps would take Taehyung, a figure who is now not only known as a member of BTS, but also as a global icon in the world of fashion. Hello, ARMY! Welcome back to K-pop news, and today we will discuss the moment that made Paris no longer the same. Not because of the Eiffel Tower shining brighter than usual, but because of BTS's V, who had just closed an emotional page during his visit to the fashion city. A few hours ago, a video from fans showed the touching moments when Taehyung left the hotel where he was staying. There was no excessive crowd, but the atmosphere was full of meaning. Many armies suspected that that day was the star's return. However, speculations began to emerge. Is V really returning to Korea? Or will he join Jimin, Jungkook, and RM, who had already flown to America? No one can be sure, but one thing is for sure. The world is still waiting to see where Taehyung will go. And one world also hopes that he is well, wherever he is. Since his footsteps set foot in Paris, V's aura seemed to immediately change the atmosphere. Not only did he captivate the hearts of ARMY, but also fashion editors, world celebrities, and local residents who were captivated by his soft yet strong charm. Paris was not just a fashion city at that time. It became Taehyung's stage. The peak occurred on the spectacular night of the Seline fashion show, when V appeared not as an ordinary guest, but as the global ambassador of the famous brand. In a matter of hours, his name became a global trend, more than 2 million times mentioned in one night. And that's not a claim, it's a fact. What made this moment even more meaningful was the fact that this was V's first public appearance after completing his military service. 3 years without appearing on the runway or at major fashion events, but not one bit of his charm faded. On the contrary, he appeared with new energy, more mature, more confident, but still maintaining the distinctive gentleness that made him loved. His steps on the red carpet, the way he sits in the front row, his sharp yet calm gaze, all come together to create a figure that is not only handsome, but hypnotizing. As if the fashion world has been waiting for him to return to control the stage. Park Bo-gum and Suzy, two other Korean icons, also appeared as Seline ambassadors. Their visuals are unquestionable. But in every photo, every camera shot, the focus always returns to V. His aura is too strong to ignore. He doesn't try to stand out, he was born to be seen. Celebrities from various countries were seen enthusiastically being near him. Many were seen approaching him, starting conversations, even smiling just because of one glance from V. Behind all the luxury, his presence was a magnet that attracted attention from all corners of the room. But what should not be forgotten from all this splendor is the role of ARMY. They're not just spectators. They are the pulse of this entire journey. Since the first day V arrived in Paris, loyal fans have filled the airport, hotels, and every possible location where the star could appear. They are even willing to wait for hours just to see 1 second of smile from a distance. Tears of emotion and screams of joy intertwined in the air, creating an atmosphere that only those who love unconditionally can understand. The most touching thing was how ARMY kept their distance. Not charging, not interrupting, just standing, waving, and capturing the moment with full respect. V responded with a sincere smile, a warm wave, and a look full of gratitude. It didn't take long for nicknames like Celine Prince, King of Fashion, and Walking Masterpiece to flood social media. Fans from various countries shared photos and videos of V with captions full of love. Some even wrote digital letters to express how important this moment was to them. In one day, more than 5 million mentions of V filled the internet. All of this was not because of gimmicks or media strategies, but because of one simple thing: the real love from people who saw the light in him. Now that the plane carrying Taehyung has left the skies over Paris, the euphoria is still palpable. Fan videos are still circulating. Tears of joy can still be heard in stories shared on TikTok, X, and Instagram. Many of them traveled far and wide just to see him for a second and still say, "That was the best moment of my life." One thing is for sure, Even though V has left Paris, his footprints will live on the streets he once walked, in the spotlights of the cameras that once captured his smile, and in the hearts of his millions of fans around the world. V didn't just leave behind a fashion capital. He left behind a visual legacy, emotional memories, and an energy of love that will continue to vibrate long after he's gone. And for you, V, wherever you go next, the world is waiting. Because wherever you are, that's where the real stage is. And now that the shadow of V's plane has long since left the skies over Paris, a new question is starting to emerge in fans' minds. Where is this legendary visual headed next? Some fans believe he won't be returning to Korea right away. In fact, many are convinced that V is heading to America, following in the footsteps of his bandmates, Jimin, Jungkook, and RM, who are known to have been there before. This speculation is getting stronger because of a number of small clues spread on social media, hidden posts from staff, movements of fanbase accounts, and paparazzi photos whose whereabouts are still a secret. If it is true that Taehyung is following him to America, then one big question arises. Is there a secret project being prepared by BTS behind the scenes? For ARMY, this is nothing new. BTS often plans surprises behind seemingly relaxed smiles. Moreover, if the four members RM, Jimin, Jungkook, and now V are on the same continent, the possibility of a special meeting or secret project is increasingly unstoppable. However, even though the future is uncertain, one thing is clear. The impact of V's presence in Paris continues to resonate. Since the day of V's departure, several famous fashion magazines have started releasing articles specifically discussing the appearance of the Seline boy at Paris Fashion Week 2025. Even one European fashion media described it as the moment Paris Fashion Week found its new muse. More than just a celebrity guest, V has become a symbol. A statement that visuals, elegance, and grace are not only seen from how luxurious the clothes are worn, but from the aura carried by the person wearing them. And V proved it. He didn't just wear Seline, he made Seline a part of himself. What makes all of this even more magnificent is the love from fans. Even after V left, ARMYs are still actively spreading the photos and videos they took. Some of them wrote personal experiences about how they were willing to wait for hours in the rain, or endure the morning cold just to catch a glimpse of a figure they had only been able to see on the screen. The posts are now viral. Many of them wrote touching sentences. I couldn't look at him for long, but just one wave of his hand made me cry all night. I came from another country just for this moment, and I came back with memories that I will treasure for the rest of my life. This is the power of ARMY. Their love is never half-hearted. And for V, this is the kind of love he always carries with him wherever he goes. He not only receives the love, but he returns it with a smile, a look, and a presence that feels so warm and real. Now, with V leaving Paris, all eyes are on the future. Many are wondering, will he be attending the next fashion show in America? Will he appear in a new campaign with Seline? Or could there be a special collaboration between V and the other BTS members who are currently abroad? It's all still a mystery, but one thing is for sure, Taehyung's every move will always be big news. And for fans, the feeling after V left Paris is not the end. It's the beginning of even greater anticipation. K-pop news will continue to report every development, every rumor, and every official confirmation about Taehyung and BTS. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll be the first to know when the next big news comes.